Photographs Deconstructed with Simon Q. Walden.
Shooting this dress in this particular location does present some technical challenges. As you can probably deduce from the out of focus background, there's a lot of stuff going on in the background. It's quite a detailed and intense background. And at the same time, we've got a lot of detail going on in the dress, particularly on the lace side of the dress. And the dress itself is very dark. It's actually completely black. Coupled with which, because this dress wasn't specifically tailored for Victoria, we're also having issues about making sure her bust stays in the dress. This was a bit of an interesting little shoot. Now what I've done here is I've pulled the leading arm, the lace arm, into camera because that's the interesting side with all the detail there. And I've had to do a little bit of photoshopping work on the left-hand side then to clean up the bust line. I've used a very shallow depth of field to force all that background out of focus. So it's all there to create a sense of environment without actually intruding into the image. In posing terms, just again look at the contrast. We've got the dark lace contrasted against the lighter tones of the table behind, with that big negative space between the elbow and the body, really emphasizing that. And then they've got the hand coming up the other side, so a light arm against the darker dress, back to the lighter torso. Again, a series of contrasts there to really kind of exaggerate that. And I was very fortunate. As you can see, there are assorted Swarovski crystals sewn into this lacing. So often with anything that's sparkly on dress wear, you'll get just 2 sparkles out of 100. And you then face the thing, well, either do I take those 2 sparkles out because they look distracting, or do I have to put lots more sparkles back in again? In this particular case, it just came out perfect. Nearly all of the crystals have just got a nice little shine on them and they appear all over. Otherwise, I'd have had to, like I say, make that decision. Do they go in? Do they come out? But more than anything else, this is a wrestle with the environment, and that using narrow depth of field can be one of your first principal tools of dealing with a dynamic, fascinating, loaded, detailed environment like this, to create the impression of what it is without actually interfering with the picture. And then you have to step forward and look at how particular elements of the pose interact with that broader environment behind to create the maximum impact and maximum separation of subject from background.